This is the Gaumont British News, presenting the world to the world. Oil refineries at Abadan, in the land that used to be called Persia. Vital strategic country between Iraq and the Soviet Union, one of the richest oil fields in the world. In early August 1941, all but in the grip of Hitler through his famous troop of foreign tourists. Now, by swift action by the British Empire and the Soviet, snatched from the enemy's hands. In late August, tanks of the Empire armies moved into Iran. Troops drawn largely from Indian regiments began the occupation of this land whose ruler, for his own gain, was about to sell his countrymen into Nazi slavery. The occupation was completed quickly, though many still think not quickly enough. And though most people feel that the rounding up of Axis agents should have been carried out much more drastically, this action was at least another instance of Britain getting her blow in first. The pipeline is under guard. Gradually in this uphill fight, the British Empire is extending her influence. Before we finish this war, the world will know again that Britain means what she says. Life goes on much the same despite the occupation. There was very little resistance. In fact, it's pretty obvious from these pictures that the vast majority of the Iranian people had no desire to collaborate with Nazi Germany. This mighty oil business was developed largely by British brains and British capital. It would have been a rich prize for Hitler, but this was not to be another Romania. Empire intelligence officers chatted with Irani officers, and in the meantime the boys got friendly with the local citizens. Once again, there is obviously no resentment at the entry of our troops. These gunboats were part of the Iranian Navy. They made no attempt to hamper the arrival of our forces, who came to clear the Axis agents out of their country. These are other gunboats which attempted to resist at the orders of the Shah, himself under orders from Nazi headquarters. So ends this first installment of GB News pictures of another chapter of world history, the rescue of a nation too weak to act in its own interest. Congratulations to these men who carried out a delicate task with tact combined with strength. And that disposes of the Shah, who sought to enrich himself at the expense of his fellow countrymen.